are back. Welcome to the channel. Let me show you guys what we got going on. Try to be like ever so delicate with this thing. I should have loosened this before I started, but you know me, prep is not really my thing when it comes to on the fly work. So, how's everybody's day going? My day's going pretty good. So, this is what we got today. So, I took apart a Power Wheel F-150 and I got these babies off of it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this work, but I know I got something else in store for you guys. But I also have another set that I can pull off of the duplicate truck of this Power Wheel. So, make sure you guys smash that like button on the way in. Um, and I think to get started, we should probably take apart the donor one. What's up, Jericho? Welcome. And today's episode is sponsored by Cherry Coke. Get yours while it's fresh. You know what I'm saying? And Harbor Freight. That's what we're doing. What's up, Caesar? Welcome to the live. Make sure you guys smash that like button. So of course, safety first. Got my safety goggles, stuff like that. No big deal. But anyway, how's your day going? We're gonna start off the project with a Harbor Freight Pittsburgh ratchet with a small extension and a 17 mil deep socket, and we are just going to start taking apart this stuff and see what we can salvage from it before we get started. So I'll just let you guys know the plan is to try to get these tires, gearboxes and motors installed on this tire from Harbor Freight to make the baby's truck all-wheel drive. And then we're going to attempt to install a hitch rack or a hitch. What's up, Jeremy? Welcome to the live, sir. So the reason why I'm going with rubber tires in the front is because they're more grippy, number one. And number two, these plastic tires are only going to last so long. Let me twist that. So plastic tires are only going to last so long. I don't want to put rubber tires on the back because that's most of the truck's weight is in the back. So I'd rather those continue to slide until I figure out the upgraded gears for this truck. But not a lot of weight is in the front, so I'd rather just upgrade the front. And there's a huge shard of metal right there. I'll just pluck that out. And so I want to go with the rubber tire in the front. So A, for added grip, and then B, added grip. So and to also help the truck's off-roading capability. Not that my kid goes off-road a lot, but this truck has seen some stuff, and I don't even think I told you guys the story. So my brother came down with my nephew, right? And we brought them to a park. And at that park, my nephew's sitting in the passenger seat, my son is driving. They go downhill, then they go off into the grass, and then I put the truck in second gear, which is the faster gear, and my kid drives his truck through the grass and then onto the pavement and tries to turn last second before the drop off at the park, and these plastic tires just slid across the pavement. He had no grip on the front tires, so my brother's girl was like screaming her head off. I'm watching fake wrestling streaming from London. Very entertaining. Nice. So, what are you trying to say? This stream isn't entertaining? We didn't even get started. Didn't even get started. And I've been thinking about shaving my beard, in all honesty. Honestly, I've been thinking about it. And then, yeah, once we get all cleaned up here, we are going to make some ribeye steaks with a brand new steak seasoning um, that I bought today from Walmart. Uh, it has black pepper, black salt, and like garlic and rosemary, I think, in it. You don't, I don't watch anything, to be honest. It's very, I, if you guys want to know actually what I do watch, um, the stuff that it's not really what I watch, it's what I listen to. But the stuff that I watch and I listen to, like your parents can't be in the room, they would get really triggered. I'll tell you that much. Because I know my mom would. Alright, cool. So it looks like we got a support. Um, and what I would have to do is prevent this from turning. See, that blows. That really blows. So I really like the look of these wheels on the inside. Um, so maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. So I gotta see what tire this was. So this was the left, and this is the left of the truck right here. Yeah, the stuff I watch, you guys can't watch with your parents in the room. They would get really triggered. So I listen to. I'll name one of the podcasts I listen to. It's called Just Pearly Things, and it's about relationships and stuff like that. To answer your question, really and truly, no, I don't. I don't watch WWE wrestling. I was actually forbidden to watch WWE wrestling from my mom when I was a kid because she walked in on me doing a tombstone on my sister, and ever since then, I was banned from watching wrestling. That's the God honest truth. Cool. So I'm gonna take off this wheel, and we're just gonna see what it takes to get this wheel up and going. So, fun fact for you guys before, because I don't want to spare any details. So, what I come to realize is that this hub, I mean, I have to go into like full detail just to show you guys because I've been working on this thing behind the scenes and it's not going to make any sense if I don't explain it the way that I'm going to explain it. So just bear with me 1 second. Cool. I got everything I need right here. Alright, so went out, picked up a millimeter gauge. Hell yeah, glad I could make this one. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Yes, sir. What's up, Smooth? Smooth, Poppy Smooth. Alright, so this is PEX B tubing red from Home Depot. I picked this up for like $2-3. Cut off this little chunk, and I'll show you guys why. So when I was doing, let me turn the camera just a wee bit. Here's the axle. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's really skinny. So I put this tire on. I should put it on this way so the valve stem is facing outwards. So I put this tire on, and one of the biggest things that I noticed is how loose it is. And so I went out, bought this this 6-inch utility caliper, and I was like, I need to know what the difference is. And if memory serves me correctly, let me get this stuff down. Memory serves me correctly. This is 10 millimeters in diameter, or give or take. Yep, right at about 10. And then the opening to this is at 14. So I don't know why. I just got the sudden urge to watch The Day After tomorrow. So measure this really quick. And yeah, right about 14. So that's a 4 millimeter difference. And I'm like, how am I going to make that up? So I went out to Home Depot, picked up this red, you know, waterline tubing, and slid that over the axle, and then, and I'm like losing my bearings over here. This front wheel is significantly heavier than than the plastic one. So then I came across another issue where the axle doesn't make it all the way through. So now what I have to do is I have to cut. Now what I have to do is I have to cut um, the spot where the bearing goes into. Or what I could do is take these plastic tires and spray some Flex Seal or something like that, or like some type of rubberized coating on it. And I was just like, I feel like that's only going to work short term. If I ever need to swap out a tire or something, or those plastic tires go bad, that's not going to be a good look. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But the other dilemma that I have now is the motor. So the motor goes on, and that only leaves a little bit of space. So what I'll do is I'll take this and tuck that down here. So what that does, it leaves just the tiniest little space. What's up, Leah Liz? Welcome to the live, girl. So that leaves like the tiniest little space for this to work, if that makes any sense. So like it just doesn't leave me a lot of room. It just doesn't leave me a lot of room to make it work, if that makes any sense. So I was thinking, how am I going to make this axle longer? And yeah, Leah Liz is one of our original OG fans. She's the best. Leah Liz makes moonshine in the bathtub, and then she sits in it just to cleanse her spirit. Get it? Cleanse spirit. So yeah, so that's kind of like the dilemma that I have right now. This is my first time mocking up the motor. If anything, I would probably leave the motor somewhere near the steering component, but I don't want it to get pinched, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work. And then I was going to wire this to I was probably going to crisscross the wiring so that this motor would get wired to the passenger rear motor, so that if the passenger rear motor loses grip, the front tire will basically, it'll be like crisscrossed to go into overdrive, if that makes sense. Moonshine is great. And then I also got some crazy news for you guys. So if you're just joining the live, make sure you guys smash that like button. And I got some footage for you guys today. I actually have a story for you guys, and you guys are about to hear it here first. But first, I should just let you guys know that after we're done with this truck, we're going to get cleaned up and we're going to try out some new seasoning for some steaks that I bought. Um, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good night. We're going to have to cook early because we're expecting fireworks at like 9 o'clock tonight. So I kind of want to get cleaned up by like 6 p.m. the latest. So someone just let me know. Looks like you're working on Mini Me motor. Yes. Yep. So these motors actually have a lot of torque in them. Fun fact for you guys, when I was a kid, I used to do stupid stuff. I took these wires and I plugged them into the 120 volt socket on an extension cord, and I turned it on, and the socket, I mean, not the socket, the motor jumped off the table and like flew in the air, and I got so scared I ripped the wires right out. But it all happened so fast, so like it activated like my ninja reflexes. But yeah, so I am going to tell this story. Don't mind how or what am I doing right now that is like, as I figure this out, I'll walk you through it afterwards. Only because I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm figuring it out, and we might not have time to get to all the upgrades today, but this is just the plan of it, if that makes sense. So I got my CDL back in 2016. Now the story is all relevant because I got my CDL in 2016. I got hired with a guy named Joe after I graduated. 6 months after I graduated, I got hired with a guy named Joe. And I'll point the camera. Hold on. I remember my dumbass stuck a knife in the outlet when I was a really young man. I'm surprised you remember that. Most people don't. Yeah, so, hey, Smooth, let me be the first to tell you, that wasn't smooth, okay? Okay. So yeah, when I got my CDL, which was 2016, 6 months after, so I graduated in June. I got hired with a guy named Joe in January, and then in February is when February, that's when I started getting on the road all by myself. And then 6 months after I got hired with Joe, he claimed that I was one of his best drivers. And then they sent me, because I know I told this story before, I don't know if you guys remember it. I was sent to Pennsylvania to train 50 guys in 4 days. The reason why it was 4 and not 5 or 6 is because I went Monday through Thursday. I don't really count Friday because Friday I was only there training someone for a couple of hours. So we'll say 50 guys in 4 days. I train guys for the XPO market. And it was all good. Like I made a good amount of money doing it. It was fine. I had a good time. Everyone treated me great. Cool beans. Sorry, if I look lost, I'm just looking for my measuring tape that's right in front of me. So, funny story. The other day, I posted an ad on Craigslist. I had some free scrap metal that was like leftovers from lightning bug. I almost sat on it, bro. So, I had some scrap metal that I had laying around from some projects I had. So I posted on Craigslist, and lately I've been getting, weird numbers asking about the scrap. Now, I also occasionally get text messages from you guys. You guys got my number. Yo. Yeah, that's why he's smooth now, baby bottom, bro. So occasionally I get text messages from you guys or like random numbers that I'm not aware of, if that makes any sense. if you guys are following, just let me know if you guys are following. If you need me to reiterate or explain it a different way, let me know that as well. And sorry, I'm just getting my portable charger together. I don't want to have to worry about my phone dying or anything. Just bear with me 1 second while I find the hole. Sorry guys, I told you I'm not really well prepared. Yeah, so yeah, everything was fine. Everything was dandy, cool beans. Made some money, and had a good time doing it. There we go. Found the hole. Yeah, so I had a good time doing it, making money, this, that, and the third. So fast forward to the other day, I got a text message from somebody, um, and they said good morning. I said good morning, super polite about it. And very long story short, my main point of contact in Pennsylvania. Let me point you guys this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. My main point of contact in Pennsylvania, I'd say I got about 2 inches here. And any woman watching knows that's not enough. Not enough. So how do we make this longer? I mean, I could grind this down and make it smooth. I mean, I am gonna need like another inch. Right, Leah Liz? Right. Yeah, these canopies are great. The sun is beaming. This thing is making it at least 20 degrees cooler out here. So I get a text message from the guy that I haven't spoke to since 2017. Right, Frank. So the guy that I was working for back in 2017 exclusively for that XPO contract in Pennsylvania texted me and wanted to know if I wanted to get back on the team. Wanted to know if I wanted to get back on the team. And I told him no, but I would train your guys. And lo and behold, they sent me to an undisclosed location. I went to train one guy today, but I was there on site. I got paid to train possibly the next guy in line to deliver Home Depot freight. Yeah. And verbatim, or kind of verbatim, what he said was he wanted to know if I was interested, and he said that I was the best that he had ever seen, and that's why he hit me up. He started his own company, a freight company, and wanted to know if I would be willing to get down, and his reasoning was I was the best he had ever seen. And I said, you know what? Even if you told that to other people, I appreciate the compliment. And then his business partner contacted me, wanted to know, you know, what I would charge them to get back on the team, like officially as a full-time driver. And it doesn't sound like something that they can, I wouldn't say that they can't afford, but something that, like where I work now, is just way too good. Like way too good, like they can't compete. So from here to the end of the axle, I have about 2 inches. I don't have a welder. I don't know how to weld. anyone's in Connecticut that's watching this video, you know how to weld, and you want to help me out with this, hit us up. But from the looks of it, from the inside of here to the end of this, it's 1.5 inches. And by the looks of it, if this is 1.5 inches, that means I would have to and on the inside of here is less than 1 inch. So there's actually a hub in here that is about 3/4 of an inch. So we got the valve stem on the outside. You guys see the valve stem right here. We want this on the outside, but if we're going to use this part on the inside. So that means that if I cut this off, this axle piece or whatever you want to call it, if I cut this off, let me see, it can only go, see, it's tricky because on the outside it's about 1 inch, and then on the inside, it's about 3/4 of an inch. So I would have to cut the inside of this down to 3/4 of an inch minus whatever that flange is. So we'll say 1/4 inch for the flange, so another 1/2 inch. So that means I would have to cut this down 1/2 inch, because above this right here, I got about 1.5 inches to the edge, 1.25 inches. So that means I have to cut this down to 1.25 inches with the flange, and it's about 1.5 inches. And I'd rather cut less. Don't cuss, call Gus. Gus will cuss for all of us. Yeah, basically. Yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna have to, just to make this somewhat work, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this down to yeah, 3/4 of an inch on the inside. And let's see, we're at 1.5 inches. So I'll take 1 inch off on the inside and see where we're at. So we're at 1.5 inches. So it's 1/2 inch. I guess I'll start right here. Yeah, so I'm going to cut off about 1/2 inch right here. Maybe I'll put it right here and spin it. I should probably put that last piece on. Because that's the only way Yeah, that's the only way that it's gonna work. So Mike doesn't. Do they make little pieces of metal that you could slide over the axle now that extends it a little bit without welding? That I don't know. I mean, I guess what I could do is get a piece of like metal pipe and then thread it on the inside. But even then, so that's still not enough meat to hold, the weight of the truck, if that makes sense. But yeah, to hold the weight of the truck, if that makes any sense. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna try to trace it. So, and then the ultimate goal is to make this truck all-wheel drive, and then I have another truck that looks identical to it. I'm probably gonna cut off the front of it, which would be just this grill section right here. So I'm probably gonna cut it from this point forward. It has a bunch of spare parts I could use for this truck, and then I'm gonna use the other truck because the steering is shot on the other one. But I'm gonna use this truck. I mean, not this truck, but the spare truck as a pup trailer, so that way when we go on like adventures and stuff, uh, he's gonna have his dump truck with a pup trailer, and our dog is gonna ride in the back of this truck, and then we could put our canopy, our grill, our propane, and all of that stuff in the pup trailer. And this truck is going to be all-wheel drive, and the pup trailer is going to be driven as well. So the pup trailer is going to get its it's going to get its signal from this truck, but it's going to have its own power supply. Oh, it's all Greek. All right, so basically, the reason why I'm doing this is because this truck is only rear-wheel drive. So sometimes, if the baby doesn't have weight in the back, for example, if the dog is not in the back, these tires just keep sliding. And I told the story earlier that my nephew was in the truck. I had the truck in second speed. We went to the park, and before the drop off, my kid tried to turn the wheel really fast, and these plastic wheels slid sideways, and my son and my nephew almost went over a curb into a drop off at the park. So we're trying to upgrade to rubber tires in the front, A, for more grip, and then we're trying to add motors to the front so that way we can make this truck all-wheel drive. Yeah, and my nephew is significantly smaller than my son, and my son has this thing where he swerves left and right to kind of like warm up his tires, if you will. And him and my nephew were like bumping noggins all the way down the hill. It was crazy. Yeah, so my brother's girl was like freaking out, and I was just like, it's okay. And me and my brother, we were like belched over, like laughing so hard. It was the greatest. Yeah, we were laughing so hard. And then on top of that, these plastic tires, they're not meant to last forever. These plastic tires go for like $60. And I'm like, for what? I might as well upgrade to rubber in the front. I'll leave the back plastic. And also when my son is climbing hills and stuff, this will actually give him more grip. And since there isn't a lot of weight that generally rides in the front of the truck, most of the weight is in the back, it's okay if the back loses grip so it doesn't mess up the gearboxes. And that way the fronts can dig in and drive. But I might also install a switch to activate the four-wheel drive, so it's not on all the time, but if he needs it on, all we do is flip a switch, and then he can go and on his little adventure. So yeah, so I'm looking at it right here, right now. I mean, the easy thing for me to do would be I could cut it and then slap the wheel on, and then he got rubber tires. But you know that doesn't solve that doesn't really help with the front traction. And then I could take the easy route and um, take the front the front tire setup, because it's the way that these tires are mounted on. These have screws and slots on the inside of the tire. I'll show you. So this is the front tire. So if you flip it around, uh, for the drive on this truck, it actually has a plastic insert that goes in there, and you can see these holes right here. That's where the additional screws go into to hold it on the tire. So I could just take the other setup off, but I don't want to do that, because why am I going to chop up the other truck? Why am I going to do that to the other truck? I might as well just leave it stock the way it is on the rear. So anyone who got the time, I mean, I'm getting, this was supposed to be an all-day thing, but I had to go and train a guy this morning. I was up at like 4:30 this morning, and I had to go help somebody out. And yeah, so I didn't get back here after grocery shopping until after 2. All right, so 4:24. Ugh, that's scary, considering I need some time to cook too. All right, so let me know when it's 5. We'll see how far we get. I'm actually thinking about abandoning this idea right now, because obviously this is going to take a little more time than I actually have. And you guys know, as the day goes on, it just doesn't quit. So what I'm going to do is, on here, I'm going to write passenger side, so I know what side of the truck this goes on. At least I'm pretty sure it's passenger side. 'Cause I'm looking at it. Or maybe that's the driver's side. I don't know. Let me see. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm not actually quite sure. Yeah, I thought that was driver's side. Let me see. It says right, but I'm not sure. It would only make sense that that unit was on top. So if that unit was on top, that's driver's side. Yeah, this is passenger side. Yep, I had it right. I might be losing it, but I'm not losing all of it. Right? Oh, perfect. Look, I actually got the other, this is the other wheel from the other truck. Good thing that it, yeah, I know. So we'll probably end up waiting until like 10 o'clock for fireworks. Give or take. But we still got to have lunch and dinner. So I'll just slap this tire on, because I actually have another project, which is the hitch for the truck. So we're going to go ahead and put this back together. And you can see, let me see. Let me put this nut on. You guys can see damage that my kid does to his tires. And I was telling Julia that if he were to hit the curb with a rubber tire, it's not going to respond the same. Plastic will slide, rubber is going to grip. So we got to be very careful. See, that's a little too hard for it. It almost feels like I'm stripping it. And that and the switch for the strobe light kit kind of crap the bed. Let me try the other nut that's over there. Yeah, I went out, bought a bunch of hardware for this truck, and yeah, see, that feels more like it. Alright, so yeah, as long as I got that out for right now, that nut I'll put right there, that right there, that right there. I should probably and I was looking at the prices of scrap steel at Home Depot. Not scrap steel, I'm sorry. At flat steel at Home Depot, and like a 4-foot bar was like $20, like $30. It might have been in the wrong spot, but I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, steel is expensive. Like when you buy it, oh man, I'm like, that's expensive. Like, who the hell got that kind of money? Clay project, you know what I'm saying? So, I'll show you guys. So the plan is, we're going to take this bucket off. We're going to take off the whole rear end, and at least that's the point. So let me start with this first. Try to get the bucket off, everything like that. Where I put that socket at? And crap, I forgot. I gotta hold it on the other side. Just keep twisting. Let me grab my wrench. And the good thing about these Harbor Freight ones, it extends. So I think it has like 3 settings, so it turns from like a ratchet, like a small ratchet, into a breaker bar. So then I could just come over here, give it a quick reach around, and hold it on this side. Alright, cool. So now we're going to take this bucket and the whole back piece off. I'm trying to have this ready because before we know it, it'll be autumn, which you guys don't know. Autumn is my favorite season. And then it'll be time to travel. But I also want him to go on his own little adventures and stuff, and hook up the GoPro, and because this is like a shared experience for all of us. Let's see, I already took the screws out of here. Now it looks like I just got to take the screws out of there. And I got to find my drill. Got it? Right here. And take these screws off. What I'm going to do, you guys are on my phone, I was going to take a quick picture of it. But yeah, so there's some screws over here that I gotta take off. And I still got more parts to go get from the junkyard. And I sprayed a lot of these screws with PV Glaster and let them soak in, just to make it easier on me to take them out. And so far so good. You guys see how quick that came out, right? And then I know that there's a couple other screws like over here that I need this DeWalt bit. If you guys do home improvement projects in tight spaces, get one of these. Like 20 bucks, best 20 bucks I ever spent. And I'll show you how it works. So if your bit is too long or kind of short and you really need to get in at an angle, you put that in and then you hook it up to your drill. Now I have other bits over here in case the bit is too fat to fit down there, which it looks like it might be. And this is kind of deceiving because it shows a Phillips head bit, like a long one, and there isn't not one Phillips head bit in this set. Seems legit, right? Thanks, Milwaukee. Thank you. Appreciate that. I love false advertising on the packaging. Love it. There's nothing better. I thought maybe I had. Yep, so I could take a longer bit and put that in here. And then fun fact for you, if you use one that's like this, it's kind of like gives it the ability to maneuver in there. So there's a couple of little screws down here that I gotta get to. Beautiful. Got that screw out. And we got another one right here. Easy peasy. And that should be all the screws on this. So because I don't want to lose that, I'll put that back together. And I'll show you guys what the goal is, because we're going to start chopping up some steel here in a second. Looks like there might be a couple more screws that I missed. drill out. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to drill those screws out. Not a big deal because I got my drill bits over here. Yeah, so what are the plans for this weekend? You guys have any plans for this weekend? So I'm going to try this bit to screw it out. I'm sorry if you guys go to the dentist a lot, but what's going on, man? Make sure you guys smash that like button on the way in, please. So I got one of the screw heads off. That's it right there. Never touch that with your hands after you just got done drilling it. Always grab some pliers or some wire cutters or something like that. We had our fireworks last night. Yes, I just had 2 teeth pulled a couple weeks ago. Smash that like button. Yes. Yeah, I went to the dentist not too long ago, and I had to get a cavity filled that they never did. So I went for like a regular cleaning. The baby got the keys. You guys hear that? The baby got the keys. It's crazy. And yes, I had to go for a regular cleaning, and then it wasn't my regular hygienist. It was some new lady, and she's like, "You got any concerns?" And I showed her. She was like, "Yeah, that's a concern." All right, cool. We'll put the drill in reverse, wipe all the metal shavings off. Gotta be careful, get that stuff. Thank God the local anesthetic, otherwise I would have been in agony. Yeah, whenever I have, stuff done to my teeth, they always give me, funny story, they give me the pink stuff and then they stab me. He was playing with the keys. Yes, baby.
Say bye, Papa. We'll go bye-bye. Be careful.
He's
excited.
Yeah, my kid is so excited.
Where are you trying to go?
Where are you going?
Come this way. Come this way.
You want to come say hi?
Come this way.
Come over here. Come say hi.
Go on the other side of Papa.
Come right here. Look right here. Look. Look. No. Okay.
He's like,
wait. No. Here, play with this one. Look, show everybody. Say hi. Look.
say hi. Say big wheel.
Yeah, show them. Show them your wheels. You say hi, everybody.
He's like, I want that one.
Here. Give me. Go ahead.
Can you lift it? No. Alright then.
Here.
Wow.
What color?
Oh no, he's trying to.
So he's trying to make it into a dually in the back, and that
Mhm.
probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Look at him.
Oh my
He's
god.
taking the other axle and putting it in and making it into a dually. I cannot even make this stuff up.
That's definitely your child.
Look at this. Look at him. Go ahead, baby. Show him how you
Hi,
fix it.
Liz.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoa. Hey. Hey. Take it easy. Yeah. See? Show everybody what you were doing. Go ahead. Put it together. Good job. Okay. You fixed it? Oh, okay. Well, that's what happens. When you guys are broke, that's how you get fixed. Yeah. You see it? Okay. Bring it to my mom. Yeah. That's who I do it for, guys. In case you guys were ever wondering.
You rolling it? Oh,
So
watch out, babe. Tire coming in.
that's okay. So hurry back so we can get started.
Okay, I already have the stuff laid out.
Okay. Go ahead. Go
Take
with
this
my
in the
mom.
fridge.
No. Put it back.
Come on, we gotta go to the store. Give it to Papa so he can put it on your truck. That is not a hat. Okay, come on. Oh, no.
Go with my mom.
Alright, see you soon.
Soon. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, so I got to try to get that back piece off.
Go to the gas station and store over here.
You said what?
Go get gas. Go to the store over here.
Okay. So yeah, let's try to get this back piece off. Seems like there's something holding it. I don't know what else could be holding it. I thought I took out all the screws already. Nope. I can see a screw from here. Yeah, that's my boy. I actually got him a bike. His first bike from a thrift store. The lady gave it to me for free. It had air in it. All it needed was some WD-40 on the top, on the chain, and yeah, all it needed was some WD-40 on the chain. I put some training wheels on there. I bought him some new handlebar grip. It needed a seat. And I cleaned it up and I gave it to him, and he was so excited. Like, really excited. This really got me wondering, because it seems like all of this is why I gotta start the project earlier in the day. See, I didn't even know those were screws there. In there. Yeah, those screws were covered by dirt. I should have probably like sprayed all this out first. Yeah, this thing is really, I mean, it's good, and then it's bad, you know? Because, like, trying to take it apart, and it's not getting. Is there another screw in there? I don't know. Can't tell. Can't see. WTG, Dad? Oh, way to go, Dad. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the lady gave it to me for free, and all I had to do was put a new seat on. Because I don't know if you guys seen the price of bicycles, but a kid's bike goes for like $140, and I'm like, for a 16-inch, jeez. You know, that's something you can ride maybe a summer or two, you know? Maybe a summer or two. Yeah, let me move this truck over, show you guys what I'm doing. Bring you guys over here. I was really trying to avoid that. It's hard too because either got my big tripod or my little tripod. So I got a screw down here somewhere. So that's coming up. I don't know if there's anything down in there. There's got to be something holding that. Where's my drill bit? I'm probably just gonna have to drill it out, guys. My son had a big wheel. Wait, me too. And you cannot take it apart. Built that way. Yeah, dude, it's like crazy. I had one with little water guns on it, and I think my grandmother got it for me, and used to ride around the house spraying people. Yeah, this thing does not want to come apart. So I'm gonna probably have to try to pry it open. Let me see what's holding it. Because there's definitely something holding it just on this one side. Did not mean to do that. So all this comes up. I don't want to flip the truck because I got screws over here. Seems like there's more holding it, but what is it? I don't know. It's almost like it's snapped together. I don't feel anything in here. This is crazy. Oh, sweet. What part of Florida are you going to, Jeremy? Florida's a nice place. I've been. My stepdad lives down there. See, same thing on this side. I'm wondering, maybe not. I don't know anymore. Because the whole point of me taking all this, the whole point of me taking all this apart was so that way I see a freaking screw, dude. I see it. It was so hidden in there. So hidden. So underneath the latch, I'll show you guys. Gotta find my really long drill bit. Of course, it's over there. Here, I'll show you where there's at least one hidden screw. So you gotta pull that latch back, and voila, there's a hidden screw right there. Look at that. You guys see that? Watch right here. Watch when I pull this back. Ka-chow. Man, this thing got more screws in it than Fort Knox. Dang it. Rip ties. What are rip ties? Why does that sound so familiar? Okay, so that is a pretty big deal. It's like the same thing on this side. No, I'm good. I appreciate it, though.
Man, you guys really been hooking that thing up, huh?
Yeah.
How fun? Does it go quick?
I'm sorry?
I had one when I was a kid, not like a dump truck, but I had like a Jeep, and that thing was quick. I ran away on it.
Yeah, well, this one is upgraded to run on power tool batteries.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it goes a little faster than it would normally.
Oh, because of that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because these normally run on 12-volt batteries.
Yeah.
And the power tool batteries are 18 volt, so that's 6 extra volts. Yep. So, and then I could wire, right now it's actually
Look
running.
very careful because he might just like disappear on you.
Yeah, I know. He does it at the park all the time. We're lucky we find him before sundown. Alright, it's like that hole is like filled with dirt or something. And there might be a screw in this one. It's like I can feel something. It's like backfilled with dirt. And I don't have any. It's like both of the corner ones, you know? Those might be good. I'll just drill it out and then put some new stuff. They are a current that runs perpendicular to the shore and could direct. Oh, yes, yes, yep. there's definitely some screws in there because some metal is starting to come out. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's basically all empty in here. Let me move you guys over. So under here, pretty much all empty. That's a lot of space. Yeah, see? So there's something holding. So maybe I didn't take that screw out. I don't know. Yeah, definitely got some metal in there. One side off. What we do to one side, we do to the other. So first, I'm going to try the less aggressive approach. We're going to use the screwdriver bit. Nothing but dirt. There we go. Finally. It's 5 o'clock. Leah Liz, 10 more minutes, please. All right. Woo. 10 more minutes. All right. So, let me show you guys what it looks like. Ugh. 10 more minutes, Leah Liz, please. 10 more minutes. So that's what it looks like right there. So now I picked up the scrap bed frame, which saved me like almost $100. And now at 5 o'clock we're gonna get to cutting. I don't care what anybody says. 10 minutes. That's all I need, Frank. So we're gonna start off by making a couple of smaller cuts and then a couple longer cuts. So the small cuts, because I need some L brackets to reinforce this back piece, because what I want to do is I want to make because all this under here is solid and this plastic is solid. So what I want to do is I want to make a hitch out of this bed frame, and that's what we're going to do. So if it's the least we do today is cut it and be safe about it. So, hat off, goggles on, 10 more minutes, Leah Liz. 10 more minutes starting now, because 10 minutes ago that didn't count, okay? Okay. So gloves, and I should probably get a measuring tape so we could have everything kind of like uniform. So before I start cutting, remember, cut twice, measure once. And before I get comfortable, let me at least grab the extension cord. It's right over here. So remember, measure twice, or cut twice, measure once. So grab my marker, and what we want to do is we want to measure from that back plate to this front plate. It looks to be about 14 and a quarter. So we'll cut 14 and a quarter. But also, we want to cut, yeah, we'll start off making with some 14 and a quarter, maybe 14, maybe we'll do 14, because it kind of comes up a bit. So yeah, we'll do 14 and a quarter, right? No, 14 and an 8. I'm sorry. Hold on. See? Cut twice, right? 14. No, I was right. 14 and a quarter. See? I know the others. I'm breaking stones. So 14 and a quarter. So I got this old bed rail, which is perfect for what we need, because not only is it strong, it's durable, but it's also a 90-degree angle. And it looks like we might have to make a quick cut right here, but before we do that, we will just measure 14 and a quarter. So we got 14 and a quarter. I don't have my square relatively close, I don't think. But it's okay. I don't have anything flat or straight. I do got my square. It's right here. looks like I can't get a good angle on it. Let's see. Let's go with the marker up it. There we go. And we're just going to measure one more time. Yep, 14 and a quarter. Alright, so first and foremost, what we're going to do is we're going to cut off this little button that's up here just to get this bar off, and then we're going to cut that thing. And I prefer goggles instead of glasses, so that way the little shards have minimal chance of getting to me. I am using a Diablo diamond cutoff tool, cutoff blade. Of course, wait for it to stop spinning before you set it down. Yeah, so this is a diamond 4.5 cutting bit. Yeah, kind of scary stuff. I'm gonna have to pry this metal off, just like so. So now I got this big piece. I don't need that right now. And I don't have a hammer to knock that pin out. Maybe in my bag. Let me see. Oh yeah, dude. Yep, so I got my hammer. I think that was press fitted in there. But that's alright though, that's not really gonna mess with anything, to be honest. And I think what I should do, make the most of this 10 minutes. Alright, yep. 2-minute warning. Thank you, Leah Liz. 10 more minutes, okay? 10 more minutes. I should probably cut off this other side and then just get cleaned up. And see, that's how it works. You know, you end up spending more time than what you think you're gonna doing stuff. So. Don't ever make the mistake of touching this while it's still moving, or try to set it down while it's still moving. I made that mistake and cut my finger open. It wasn't with that bit though. So yeah, watch. There we go. So now we got two 90-degree angle side pieces. And we got a couple of nice washers. Some people pay good money for those, you know what I'm saying? And then what I'm going to do is take my hammer and flatten that burr down. So it's not sharp, you know? And that's it. I am going to wrap this up. I'm going to get cleaned up, and then I will see you guys back here in a few minutes. Leah Liz, can you give me an accurate time of what time it is right now? So I can have enough time to clean up, and then I'm going to go live with I'm going to make some steak live for you guys, and we're going to try out and do a food review of the new steak seasoning I bought and what we actually think of it. So it's 5:15. I'll be back at 6. I'm going to get cleaned up now, and hopefully by 6 I'll have the grill out here, have all the propane ready, have my Applewood chips, steak on the grill. We're gonna have steak with some Kraft mac and cheese tonight. I was thinking about making some mashed potatoes, but I've been up since 4:30. I don't feel like making mashed potatoes. But just to reiterate, the plan is I'll show you guys really quick before we go, so that way you guys can remind me. So we're gonna use this piece to make an adjacent, we're gonna make this like more structurally sound. See how wiggly it is? So we're gonna make that more structurally sound, and we're gonna take these screws out of here. As you can see, some of these I had to like unscrew, I had to like drill out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this piece and put it in here just to reinforce this. I'm going to get another smaller piece and use it as an L bracket to screw the two pieces together. And I'm going to do that on both sides to make it more structurally sound. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another plate to come across here, and then I'm going to make a tongue that comes out like a tow hitch tongue. I'm going to make a tow hitch tongue to come out like right about here, and put a nice big hole in the bar, so that way when I make the pup trailer can actually hook up to this. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty awesome. So make sure you guys smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys back here at 6 p.m. Because we're gonna make some steak on the grill, and I'll season it and everything for you guys like right here live, so that way we know what we're all getting into. But I appreciate you guys watching. Smash that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for more great content. And sorry that the camera's crooked, I just don't feel like fixing it right now. So I'll see you guys on the next one. 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.